Onunu Comics presents Ikwerre Ninja, Tales of the Chronicle Ninjas, The Origin Story, Issue 1, Ninja Politics. New York, USA, 1st of October 2022. Ikwerre is seen walking out of the prestigious Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York. New York is the current headquarters of the Protector Ninja clan in the year 2022. The location of the headquarters never remains static. It moves from region to region based on different eras. It was in Japan around the 6th century BC to the 1st century AD, and then it moved to Rome for another 500 years, and then to Turkey, then England, and somewhere around the 19th century, it moved to the USA. And it's been here ever since. The Council of Balance has always rotated this position in a bid to ensure that harmony is maintained. This rotation does not only shift the location of the building, it also moves the advancement of global power. This means that we dictate which country or continent becomes the world power capital. We also decide the era. You see, Africa was once a world power capital in the ancient Egyptian times. I was here to begin discussions on the transition for us to regain that status in the coming millennium. It all began in Aiga, Japan, around 600 to 500 BC. Ninjutsu had just been developed in Japan. Two brothers, Akira and Arashi, twin sons of Ninja Grandmaster Hattori Kenzo, born with special gifts, genius intellect, and exceptional physical abilities. Their skill was unmatched by any other warrior known to mankind. Besides each other, no one else could defeat them in combat. It was observed that Akira would show mercy to defeated foes, but Arashi would finish off his opponents with brutal savagery. Kenzo aimed to train his boys to fight as a team to lead his army of ninja warriors someday. But he noticed that no matter how hard he tried to align them, the twins each had different approaches in tactical decisions of problem solving. While Akira had a peaceful, softer approach, Arashi had a rather dramatic and chaotic approach to solving problems. Sakura, who was Kenzo's wife and the mother of the twins, noticed Kenzo's worry at the lack of unity between the boys. She informed him of her knowledge of wise men from her village who had traveled to Africa to seek enlightenment and knowledge. With a little bit of persuasion, she got him to agree to send the boys to Africa, to Kemet, aka Great Egypt. There they learned the ancient sciences, philosophy, history, and technology of the great pharaohs. They traveled the vast continent from Kush to Ethiopia to Damt in the east, to the Nok Empire in the west, to the Sao civilization at the center. They absorbed the knowledge gained from these travels. By the time of their return to Japan, their father had passed on. In honor of his memory, they would advance his dream of creating the most powerful ninja army known to Japan and the world, the Council of Balance. They would find a way to align their differences in equal measure to find balance between themselves. Akira by nature chose to adopt the defensive arm of their father's soldiers, while Arashi, by nature, chose to adopt the offensive arm. They divided the army into two equal numbers, each brother taking one half of the soldiers and teaching them his ways. While Akira would train his regiment on protective measures based upon love, peace, and the quest for harmony, Arashi would train his regiment on offensive measures based upon brutality, domination, and the quest for chaos. The twins were geniuses, thousands of years ahead of their time. They took the arts, sciences, and technology they studied in Africa and improved on it. But while Akira would invent technology to improve life, Arashi would invent technology to destroy it. But there was one invention they made together in unity: the harmony gene. This was done by enhancing the DNA of their disciples, giving them superhuman speed, strength, and agility, both physically and mentally. With this alteration to DNA, they desired to isolate themselves from the rest of the world to preserve the sanctity of their new race. They found an uninhabited island around the region of Iga, and they developed it into an advanced small nation of their own. Having isolated themselves from mainstream society, they thrived by sales of services and resources, obtained via technology far beyond the reach of any nation of the time. But there was one problem. Arashi would accept requests to join conquests, assassinations, or oppression of communities, nations, and organizations. But Akira would not. He would only engage in campaigns of defense of the weak against oppressors and marauders. Sakura tried, but couldn't bring them to work together on a united principle. They secretly decided to pretend to harmonize, but agreed to go their separate ways whenever she would pass away. She saw through their deceit. She would have to accept the truth. Her boys will never unite. They would forever be at war with each other, and it would only get worse. A few years later, Sakura would pass, and the twins parted ways. Akira called his group the Protector Ninjas. Arashi called his the Oppressor Ninjas. The Council of Balance was divided into two groups. Arashi moved to another island where he created his new colony. As age came, Akira would also pass on. Mysteriously, Arashi died at the exact same time. Over time, the groups grew in power, influence, and global reach, but hid in the shadows. They infiltrated governments, forming a secret governance system that regulated the affairs of the world. But soon enough, the paths of these two groups clashed. Violence began between them, and a war that would rage for thousands of years to come ensued. They both regulated the change of world powers from the Greco-Roman Empire to the rise of the Turkish Empire, to the rise of the British Empire, to the rise of America as the world's #1 superpower. The Council of Balance has run the world ever since, and as the head of the African Order of the Protector Ninjas, I am here to delegate with the Council on the transition proceedings for superpower status to return to Africa within the next few thousand years. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to visit onunumarket.com where you can subscribe, shop, and buy more comics, shoes, bags, clothes, games, videos, computers, accessories, TVs, electronics, foods, drinks, books, and enjoy many, many more awesome experiences like this. Remember, onunumarket.com. If you want it, we got it.